Today, we join the final farewell flight for the SAS 737. SAS put on a special service this evening from Stockholm to Oslo, and it was a fitting send-off for the airplane. Join us on this 737-700 as we take off out of Stockholm, perform a low pass at Copenhagen, write the number 700 in the sky over the Skaggerak, and then make one last low pass at Oslo Gardermoen before coming in for the historic last commercial landing of an SAS 737. At the peak, over 50,000 people were tracking this momentous final flight, and we've got the full experience for you here coming right up. Welcome to Stockholm Arlanda, and this evening we have an extra special one for you because we are on the last 737 flight that SAS is ever going to operate. This is the last time passengers will fly on the 737, and the aircraft 737-700 Lima November Romeo Bravo has just pulled up at the gate. The scene here is very special. It's not your usual flight, you can tell. This flight was put on sale as a special flight, as a special farewell flight, and everybody on here is on it because it's the last 737 flight. So, should be a very special experience. And although the flight is from Stockholm to Oslo, I hear that we're going to be going via Copenhagen first, weather permitting, doing a low pass there, and then up to the North Sea to draw a 700 in the sky, and then over to Oslo, do a low pass there before coming into land. About 2 hours for what would normally be a 40-minute flight if they weren't doing all these special things. Should be really cool to see, and especially to feel the atmosphere on board. Special flight like this, emotional for many. Also, did you know that at its peak, SAS operated 85 737s across the different types? They were the second biggest 737 operator in Europe. Surprising, especially because many people think of SAS as a relatively small airline. And this particular aircraft flew 3 million passengers in its career up until today. So a worthy career and a worthy send-off for this beautiful aircraft, and of course for the entire fleet. Hopefully they let us on board soon. I don't have a window seat on this one, but I'll try to make the most of it. And there's word that I may get to be in the cockpit for the low pass at Copenhagen a little bit later, so. Hi. This is Ludvig Lorentzen, chief pilot and 737 captain for SAS, who's along for the trip today.
I started flying the 737 in 2000, so I've been on it for 23 years. Yeah, beautiful aircraft.
Yeah, I hear that it's really nice to fly, actually.
It is, and it's especially nice to fly in bad weather conditions, windy conditions in Norway. It's a pilot-friendly aircraft. You know, it is easy to learn, and it's you know how it's gonna behave when you treat it, when you fly it, and it's a good working horse. Most of the pilots in SAS have been flying the 737, and of course a day like today, it's we're gonna park it for the last time, and we're gonna fly the Airbus, and of course it's been a friend, it's been your office for so many years, so it's, of course it's gonna be a loss, but again the Airbus 320 is a fabulous aircraft, and it's gonna be a good aircraft for us.
Det här är en väldigt speciell flygning för oss i SAS, därför att det här är sista gången som vi får möjligheten att resa med vår Boeing 737-familj. Ett flygplan som har funnits i SAS sedan 1998. Det är en stor ära för oss i SAS att få dela den här allra sista Boeing 737-flygningen tillsammans med er, och vi är strax redo för ombordstigning och återkommer med mer information alldeles snart. Varmt välkomna. This is a very special flight for us in SAS because today we are saying goodbye to the Boeing 737 family, an aircraft that has been in SAS service since 1998. It is a great honor for all of us in SAS to be sharing this special moment together with all of you, and we are shortly ready for boarding, and we'll be back with more information shortly. Thank you, and once again, welcome to SAS. Woo!
Yeah!
Dags att gå ombord på denna oförglömliga flygning. Vi önskar er en alldeles speciell upplevelse. Ladies and gentlemen, finally it's time to get aboard on this special flight. We welcome passengers seated for rows 20 and higher. We wish you all a very special trip.
Hello, hi. Thank you. Here's a rare situation where I don't have to feel guilty about stealing the safety card. It's not like anyone is gonna need it again on here.
Departure behind an Air China 8350. Riktigt välkomna ombord på den här sista flygningen med 737. Enjoy! Lean back!
The cabin crew hand out chocolates and coffee to start with as we make our way down to Copenhagen. Then the first bit of fun. I'm invited into the cockpit to watch the low pass over Copenhagen Kastrup.
Hej! Fungerar det, kör?
Good evening, Swiss 862 Zulu, Sweden identified. Descent to flight level 160.
We've had a lot of questions the last few days, like, oh, are you going to do anything cool for Flight Radar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So doing this, you do it like a normal approach, but then
Yeah.
and then you just don't land. That's the idea.
Yeah, so that's the idea. He's had a talk with our fleet chief pilot on how to do the things we want to do, but still do it safely. So we're going to treat this as a normal approach. However, we know that we're not going to land, and then we're going to do a normal go-around procedure. And then instead of discussing or trying again, we know that we're going to go straight towards Oslo, and then we're going to do the right 700 in the air for Flight Radar. That was also part of our briefing now, that this is a non-standard for us. However, a go-around is a standard procedure, but it's not standard for us to plan to do a go-around.
To plan it, yeah.
Scandinavia 737, contact approach 119, decimal 805, so long.
119, 805, Scandinavian 737, so long. Pressurization, landing altitude. Den står 700 non-standard for Gardermoen.
That's checked.
Recall?
That's checked.
Checked. Auto brake off. Landing data.
737.
737, go ahead.
Yeah, 737, unless you want something else, and we are planning our low pass on the 04 right.
04 right, okay.
04 right works for us. Low pass 04 right. 737.
I could expect so.
Okay, disregard all after.
Okay. Da är det ny frekvens.
Coming up.
Room.
Okay, så
7939. Nordic liner 49, turn right to lead arm.
Jeg synes det er greit, eller hva tenker du?
Jeg tror det er smart, så går vi ikke under den.
Nei. 3000, 3-degree glide down to 500 feet. Missed approach. Ja, straight ahead 3000. Det passer jo perfekt, egentlig.
Det passer bedre.
Ja.
737, understand your flight plan after the touch. And go, or rather the low approach is Fisco and onwards. Would you just like a continuous climb towards Fisco or any specific levels?
Tar du den?
Affirm, we'd like a continuous climb towards the Fisco after the launch.
Okay, copy. Continuous climb, understood.
November Echo identified.
Identified on the right. You ready for this?
Ready.
Ready? Yeah. So we're landing at 49. It's now 41. We have around 10 miles to go.
737, turn left heading 180.
Heading 180.
Heading 180, Union 737.
Glass of captured.
Checked.
Vi fikk 7000.
7000, ja. Flight level 70 for this.
Yep. Flight level 70 salt. Flap 10.
Checked. And then confirm for 70.
Checked.
Scandinavian 737, continue 04 right for low approach.
Continue 04 right for low approach. For information, we're going to level up at 500 feet. Scandinavian 737.
That is copied.
Finnar 9 Papa Golf.
Finnar 9 Papa Golf, hello, cross runway 30, proceed Delta Charlie and Bravo to holding point runway 04 right.
Cross 30, continue Delta Charlie and Bravo to holding 04 right. Finnar 9 Papa Golf.
Gear down, warn the cabin.
And Scandinavian 737, you're clear at low approach runway 04 right, 090 degrees 13 knots.
Okay, low approach runway 04 right.
Flap 15.
737. Gear is down, 15 set.
Checked. Flap 30. Landing checklist.
30 set. Landing checklist. Cabin report.
Received.
Engine start switches.
Continuous.
Speed brake.
Arm.
Landing gear.
Down.
Flaps.
30. Green light.
Checklist complete.
Checked. Alucard, you stay in.
Yep. Stabilized.
Checked.
Der ser det litt ut mot på høyre.
Checked. Contact.
Ja, perfekt.
Plus 100.
Contact. Going around. Set thrust.
5 minimums.
Flap 50.
Possible spin.
Checked. And gear up.
Positive rate there. Gear up. Okay, vil du ha altitude hold?
Yes. Take altitude hold from.
Jeg tror du skal disconnecte av
Yeah,
det.
checked. Altitude hold.
Altitude hold har du der. Pass på speed.
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 Correcting.
Det er fordi vi er flap 5. Det er for flap 10.
Yeah. Checked. Og så kan vi få heading select.
Heading select har du der. Okay.
Speed check.
Kan få flap 5 and flap 1.
Turn right on Alpha cross 30, then Charlie Bravo holding point 4 right.
Flap 1.
Charlie Bravo 4 right, wait on 3214.
Der er vi over.
Ethiopian 3735, line number 04 right.
Level change.
Check.
Line up in wait, runway 04 right, Ethiopian 3735.
Der er flap 1.
Come on.
Checked.
And
Pass på å klatre.
checked. Level change.
Hvorfor klatrer vi ikke?
A nice goodbye from the 737 to this SAS hub.
Finnar 9 Papa Golf, ready Bravo 3.
Finnar 9 Papa Golf, you're number 2 for departure.
9 Papa Golf.
And Scandinavian 737, please contact departure 120.255. 120.255, thanks for the help, Scandinavian 737. Have a nice further flight.
Flaps up.
Vilken höjd ska vi upp till då?
Scandinavian 737, climb flight level 190.
190.
Climb level 190, Scandinavian 737.
7 kilo descent 4000.
Där får du after takeoff checklist.
Yes, please.
Altimeter standard.
Standard.
Engine bleeds on, packs auto, landing gear up and off, flaps up, no light, after takeoff checklist complete. Alright, that was that.
Very nice. I get back to the cabin just in time for the champagne service. Ludvig, the 737 captain, is sitting next to me and he shows me the flight plan for what's next, drawing a 700 in the sky. And while we're headed up to get into position for that maneuver, SAS holds a little in-flight pub quiz. Great idea on a plane full of aviation geeks, except there was a lot of competition to give an answer.
At least my favorite question for the evening. Is it correct that we have a SAS colleague on board today who met the love of her life on precisely this aircraft? Yes or no? The next aircraft is the Unity. The answer is of course yes. Kaja and her husband Paul met each other on exactly this aircraft over 10 years ago and got married. Airbus A320neo. So 1% less, up to 30% less.
And here's a look at our eventual flight path. That's a pretty unique way to get from Stockholm to Oslo. Finally, after a couple of hours, it's time for the low pass at Oslo before making another approach and landing this aircraft for the final time.
Dear travelers, welcome to Oslo Airport. For safety reasons, please keep your seatbelt fastened, keep seatback and table upright, and escape retrieve from all cabin baggage until the seatbelt sign has been switched off. I don't only want to thank you, dear travelers, for flying with us today. I do want to reach out to a special shout out to the Boeing 737 who has flown for SAS for many years, and for myself 10 years of both ups and downs. I am looking forward to welcome aboard the greatest airline in the world. That's us, SAS. I do thank you, and I look forward to seeing you aboard again soon.
Luckily, Romeo Bravo has some flying life left in it. The aircraft is headed for Canadian North, where it'll no doubt serve as a trusty workhorse in northern Canada. Maybe I'll get to catch her there next summer when I'm planning to take the new Nuuk to Iqaluit flight that Air Greenland is launching. If you're feeling inspired and want to win a Flight Radar 24 Gold subscription, like this video and subscribe, and then leave a comment telling us your favorite 737 memory. Instead of doing a random drawing, this time we're going to pick our favorite 737 story in order to pick the winner. Good luck. Alright, a nice snowy welcome to Oslo after the last SAS 737 flight. This was SK 737. It was unlike any other flight I've ever taken. Very special, and yeah, what a nice way to say goodbye to this beautiful 737. And I guess it's got more life in it left. I guess it's heading somewhere else soon, so we wish it the best. And well, I guess it'll be A320neos with SAS from now on, but that's not necessarily a bad thing either. Very nice aircraft. So thanks for coming along on this. Here we are in a very snowy and cold Oslo. It was too cold to do a water cannon, but what can you do? Everybody here taking photos of the plane, videos for the last time in Oslo for Flight Radar 24. I'm Gabriel Lee.